So on this Girl Power Tuesday, consultant OBGYN and Medical Director of Integrated Health by Design, Dr. Nastassia Tate, tells us how she is transforming women's health care in Jamaica. Good morning, Doc. Welcome to Smile Jamaica. It's morning time.
Good morning, Delia. Good morning, Simone.
Hi there. 5 years, you say?
Well,
Private practice, 5 years in?
5 years since we formed Integrated Health by Design, but I have been working in private practice for almost a decade. So
Come on, Doc.
Yes.
Like for real, real?
For real.
What are you eating? And tell me what you're using on your skin, because I would like a lot of it, please and thanks.
Genetics and hydration.
Okay, girl. Well,
There you go.
yikes.
What led you to pursue a career in women's health care?
Well, the truth is, like, as long as I can recall, I've always wanted to be a medical doctor. I knew I was going to be a medical doctor. I entered medical school thinking I was going to be a neurosurgeon, but by the time I got to, like, my clinical years, right, I knew that was not my calling, and obstetrics and gynae became so innate and instinctive for me. One of the things I really love about it is that I get to grow with my patients. Mm-hmm. So this one female patient, you know, I easily could have met her in her preconception era or even young adulthood, having irregular periods. But I'm the same doctor that's managing her for her pregnancy, delivering her baby, the postpartum care.
Full service.
Full service. I mean, years later, I'm seeing her again with abnormal bleeding or sexual dysfunction, may even have to do surgery for the patient and then get to manage her through, you know, the menopause. So you get the point. Like, I'm literally with my patient.
For the combo package.
I'm literally with the patient through the most vulnerable times, the most fulfilling times. And I really get to empower, educate, advocate for my patients. And that's quite special, and I really don't take it lightly.
It's a health marriage, sickness and health.
From beginning to end,
yes.
really.
How many kiddos have you brought into the world?
People always ask that question. I actually don't know. Like, I'm not the person that sits down and like count every single deliveries. And every single time I say, you know, I'm going to start this year, but I've never done that. But I mean, doing obstetrics and gynae since 2011, it's been a whole heap.
Yeah.
It's been a lot.
It's been a lot.
You'll know when they get older and see you and say, hi, my mom said you delivered me.
All the time. Even yesterday that happened. I was in the supermarket and I saw one of my patients, and of course she's telling her toddler, who's about 3 and 4, and you know, he's looking at me and like, who's this? But I mean, it's always a good experience to see that your baby's growing up and, you know, doing well in school. It's always a good type of interaction.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead. One of the things we're seeing here says redefining women's healthcare, and I wanted to find out how would you describe your approach to women's healthcare that makes it so unique?
Well, that's a very good question. So I grew up I'm an 80s baby, right? So typically we'd have a doctor-patient relationship where the doctor says something and we just follow. You know, not much room for discussion and expressing your concern and discussing your options. I knew I did not want to do that. That's not the type of care I want to offer to my patients, and I wanted better for them. So, you know, as women, we're different. How we show up in our workplaces, with our families. So our care has to be individualized. So yes, we're going to do our history, our examination, our investigation, but a big part of it is discussion the option that suits you best for the individual. So, you know, what's good for you, Simone, is not going to be what's good for you, Delia. And of course, in our visits, we're incorporating videos, we're having demonstration, you're leaving with written material. We're using the whole holistic approach. You know, there are lots of allied medical healthcare workers that will be incorporated in that visit, so that at the end of the day, it's the whole woman that's being addressed, and not just, okay, the belly pain or, you know, having miscarriages or whatnot. It really is from the head to toe, mental, physical, psychological, pelvic health, things that we really don't take into consideration a lot.
Consultative and comprehensive.
It is, right.
Yeah. What has been, you said a decade before private practice, so at least 15 years you've been in this game. Yes, ish.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's been the hardest part of the journey for you, and what's been the most fulfilling part of the journey?
The hardest part, you know, the truth is, you're with women through some really rough times. And a lot of times people think that as a doctor, you're just doing the medicine and you're walking away. But it's not like that. You get really invested. You get invested in the stories, you get invested in the losses, you get invested in the hopes that are shattered. And it sits with you. Like, I will have days when I drive home and I'm in the car. Like, I can't even get into the house because I have to decompress and process everything first before you're able to move on. So that's hard.
What do you do? How do you cope with that?
Well, It's a multifactorial thing. So luckily, I have a great support system. So if I need moments, if I need to vent, like they're there. And a lot of it is, I mean, the patients are also very helpful, to be honest. So even when there are rough days, there's always a patient that's going to come and motivate you and encourage you. And then, you know, when you look on the flip side, you're seeing all the good things and the great impact that you're making. So it sort of, you know, balances it out and makes it worth it at the end of the day.
I remember a couple of years ago, I did a pap smear lime because I wanted a pap smear to be fun, a fun thing.
It is. It can be.
And one of the things that shocked me was a lot of the young people that I engage with asked me what was a pap smear. They'd never heard of it before. From your experience, are more and more women becoming aware of our health issues and our health concerns? Are we still a little bit ignorant of some of these things?
So definitely there has been an improvement, but there's actually ways to go. So I still encounter a lot of people who don't know what pap smears are. So they think once you have a vaginal examination, it's a pap smear. It's, you know, it's different. There are similarities in terms of a speculum is passed for vaginal examination, you know, more often than not. But the additional aspects of using the cyto brush to sample the cells, they're a little bit hazy on that part. But yes, there's improvements, but definitely ways to go in ensuring that everyone is educated as to what's a pap smear, why we're doing a pap smear. A lot of misinformation is, you know, around about how uncomfortable it is or that it's painful. And yes, those experiences are, like, you know,
validated. Yeah, of course.
Because a lot of
it's not nice, doc.
It's not
nice.
uncomfortable. But there are ways that we can, you know, do a pap smear to make it not the most painful procedure that you've ever had in your entire life. And of course, the benefit of a pap smear outweighs the discomfort. So
that of the mammogram. Absolutely.
To the mammogram.
Let's talk about how many women now are talking about perimenopause is a new hot topic.
You see what I did there? New hot topic.
You see what I did there? Perimenopause, hot topic. How you get
hot topic.
I mean, it's. I think we're in a different space and place now with that, because a lot of women up until recently were suffering in silence. How is that being treated by you and your office now? Because we're coming into so much information. We've spoken to people here. They're like 100. How much symptom for perimenopause that people would never, ever have realized?
So menopause or the menopausal transition literally can affect every single organ system. So of course the symptoms vary and the presentation varies. So, you know, the symptoms that I have would be totally different from somebody else's. So as a physician, you have to be very open to the gamut of things that can happen. I love the fact that this is a conversation that women are now having. You alluded to the fact that for years we suffered in silence and thinking, okay, it's just part of being a woman, I have to go through it. So more and more patients are coming and saying, hey doc, these hot flashes, I can't function at work. What can you do about it? The vaginal dryness, the sexual dysfunction, it's interfering with the quality of life that I'm having. So one, we're having the conversation. Two, there's a lot of information in the media about it, so the access to information is more, and I think that's what drives more and more patients coming to ask about it. And there are treatment options. There are treatment options that work. There are treatment options that are available. I know there are limitations, especially in the government system, accessing some of these medications, but that's also something that we're actively trying to change.
We're talking about like HRT?
Like hormonal replacement therapy, right?
Okay.
But you also have non-HRT options as well.
Okay.
But yeah, HRT is definitely the cornerstone of menopause management.
Excellent. Well, she's made her way. Integrated Health by Design, which is our private practice, but also making waves in the public sector. We're going to hear some more about it a little bit later on when announcements are made.
Yes. I'm very excited about what's on the horizon, especially for public patients. You know, it's all good and well that you can access the care privately, but to be able to offer this to every single woman in Jamaica, that should be revolutionary.
Yes, and will be. Big up you, doc. Where's your practice?
So we are located at Winchester Business Center, number 13.
All right. So if you don't have an OBGYN,
Power Tuesday.
Big up you, doc. Consultant OBGYN and Medical Director of Integrated Health by Design, meaning to customize it for you.
Exactly.
Dr. Nastassia Tate. Still to come.
We get the details on the We Inspire Girls School Tour.